I've made this community, which is completely free. Yes, guys, free. That means it doesn't cost a dime. All you need to do is sign up today and simply follow the roadmap that I give you in the Start Here course. And I can give you that jump start into becoming the best portrait photographer you can be. So guys, what are you waiting for? It is completely free to start becoming the professional portrait photographer you want to be. So sign up today and I'll see you inside. Hello everyone, my name is Joe. Welcome to Juicer Joe. Today guys, I want to discuss something that I feel like an issue a lot of photographers have, especially me sometimes have, and people that I talk to on my paid program have, and that issue is feeling rushed on your photo shoots. So this may be you right now. Tell me if you relate to this. So you rock up to set, you rock up to the photo shoot, you know what I mean? You're setting up the lights, you're setting up your camera, you're thinking about the shots that you want to get first, all that type of stuff. But then the client or the model is rushing you a little bit. They're telling you to hurry up, or maybe even if it's yourself, maybe you feel like you need to rush yourself to get the photo shoot started. And because of this, you get stressed, you get anxious, and at the end of the day, when you're finished, you realize you didn't get all the photos that you wanted because you weren't able to think creatively enough because of those negative feelings. And obviously, that is not our goal. Our goal is to make sure that you and other people that you're working with are as comfortable as possible and as less stressed out as possible, so they can think creatively and just get those creative juices flowing to get the best photos possible. And I've personally been in those situations where I have like 25 minutes to do a photo shoot, or I have like under an hour to shoot 2 different looks, but I'm still able to get amazing photos out of it. And guys, as a portrait photographer, you are bound to encounter these types of shoots where you have like no time at all. So in this video, I'm gonna give you some tips that could help you get the best photos possible out of these situations and out of these small time frame shoots. The first tip I'm gonna give you: create a shot list. This is the most important piece of advice I'm going to give you in this video, so that's why I'm putting it first, so you don't waste your time. Guys, make a damn shot list. Make a list of all the different types of shots that you want to get out of that photo shoot. Place visual representations of what types of shots that you want to get, so you and the model understand what you want to get out of the shots, of course. So what do you want to include in the shot list? So you want to have poses, different shot sizes, different shot angles. Is it a close-up shot? Is it a medium shot? Is it a full shot? Will the shot have a lot of depth of field? What will the model do in the photo? All that type of stuff. What I personally like to do is create a presentation in Canva, Keynote, PowerPoint, doesn't matter. And I have a slide and I have about 2 to 3 reference photos of what I want from that specific shot, and then put a little description next to it, kind of explaining it more. So guys, I'm just gonna go back into the house. I'm gonna show you like an example of like a little shot list that I've made before. This is a perfect example right here. I've got like 3 images of just shots here, and then I put little description, various mid and mid close-up shots. So you don't have to be super specific with what shots you want to get. So you don't, again, like this is just a various amount of mid close-up shots. Same thing here, there's like a various amount of full shots. Like I want to do some full shots like these. Here's some pose examples. Like that's another thing too. You can put the poses in the shot list, and I would preferably do like specify a specific shot size. So is it going to be a full shot? Is it going to be a close-up? Is it going to be a mid shot? And the reference photos that you put in, they are different poses that you want. So you can kind of go back on this, actually even on the shoot itself. Bring your laptop or your computer or even your phone, and then have that like in the corner of the room, and then you can kind of reference that throughout the shoot if you're kind of stuck with what type of poses you want to do next. So you can kind of go, okay, like if on the day, like I did, this is for a shoot that I actually did. I'll pop the photos up on the screen right now, and I kind of use this as a reference point of like, what type of poses do I want to do for those full shots or for those mid shots or for whatever, you know what I mean? And yeah, doing that was definitely helpful, because now I don't have to waste time thinking about all that type of stuff on the day. I can just do it. As soon as I'm there, I can be like, okay, I know exactly what pose I want to do first, what shot I want to do next. And even the model knows too, because if they actually look for the shot list, they also know what type of shots that you want to get. So another example here, like model interacting with interior, shallow depth of field. But obviously I've specified like what type of like, but that's more for me rather than the model. But like, oh, what type of, do I want shallow depth of field? Do I want to have it at like f2.8, or do I want to have it more of an f8 or something like that? And having examples like this and like showing off the jewelry, different types of shots like that. And then, yeah, just all these different types of shots that you can do. Here's another example of a shoot that I did last year. This is just like for like a cowboy shoot that I did. This is like, it doesn't have to be super specific, but a model sitting down, leaning against a tree. You have to treat your shot list like just like a reference point, basically, like a good reference point to what type of shots you want to get. You have to be, again, you don't have to be super specific with exactly what pose or exactly what shot you want to get. Just use it. Look at this. Using nature as foreground, model looking into camera and scenery, and there could be other shot like them looking away. Like you can make most of this stuff up on the day too. Again, this is a reference. You obviously on the day you can make up your own stuff. You can go beyond the shot list, do stuff that you didn't even plan. Obviously, but this is just a good starting point. It saves you time from being stuck and going, oh, what shots do I do next? Like you know what shots you want to do next. You know what I mean? Because of this shot list that you created. And here's another example of another shot list that I did for a photo shoot that I did do. Again, I put the photos up on the screen. Here are some examples. You've got like a model looking down the viewfinder, shadow depth of field, it's doing close-ups, you know what I mean? Like solo shots of herself. Again, it doesn't have to specifically be like, I want to do this specific pose. It could just be like, I want to do a close-up of her face, and then the reference photos could be just various different poses. You know what I mean? Really that simple. And guys, I want to give you like an example too. Look at me right now, right? You look at me. I want to give you an example. I was a photography assistant for a football team shoot for Aston Villa Football Club, if you know what that is in Premier League in the UK, right? Big football team, and they had this like big photo shoot, like a media day, and they were showing off. They were basically like promoting their new kit for the new season. And I was a photography assistant for one of the photographers there, and then he did this exact thing. It was a little bit different, but he had like. He had a PDF of like 3 pages, and he had just like a bunch of different photos. Like you could imagine like something like this without the text, but he just had a load of photos, like a mood board basically of different types of shots. And because he did that, and he's brought his laptop with him, he had it on the chair next to him, and he would literally look at it and then, okay, let's do something like this, and then like literally point to the photo that he's referencing to the model, and the model can see it and be like, okay, let's do something like that. Because sometimes it's actually good to give him a visual representation of what type of shot or what type of pose you want to get, because the model can see it and be like, okay, they can understand more what you're trying to get out of it. You know what I mean? So if they are doing it, you should definitely be doing it. And because he had very limited time too, he had like 5 minutes per player, because he's taking pictures of the football players. He had like 5 minutes per football player to like get all the photos done. So for each person, so he had to have a shot list like this. And it's same for you guys. Even if you have like 2-3 hours to shoot, having this is just so much better, because now you can work so much efficiently. Because you know exactly what poses you want to do next. You know, like, okay, let's do this pose next. Okay, boom, boom, boom. You can like really cycle through it. And another example for a photo shoot that I did that really helped me, I did a photo shoot about almost a month ago back. I made a video on it, and I'll put the video up here. You can check out this video, and I broke it down. In that video, again, I made that shot list. And in the second part of the shoot, it was 2 different looks. In the second part of the shoot specifically, we had like 20 minutes to shoot it. But because I made a shot list, I was able to get all the photos I wanted because I had a shot list. Even if I only had 20 minutes, I got some really good photos out of it because I made that shot list. I prepared beforehand, and I knew what I wanted to do, what I wanted to get out of the photos. And it's just like, yeah, having a plan in place. Don't just stop rocking up the set like not knowing exactly what you want to do. Obviously, you can do stuff that you didn't plan out previously. Obviously, I've done stuff where I'm like, oh, I didn't even plan to do that, but I did it. Obviously, that's going to happen, but don't rely on that. I'm gonna think of something on the day. Like, have like, again, this is like more of a thing of like a base point of okay, these are some shots I want to get, like guaranteed I want to get. Obviously, we can go beyond it. We're not going to only do that, but these are the ones I'm going to guarantee get, and these are the ones I'll be happy with if I only got these shots. You know what I mean? Obviously, after you've done that shot list and you feel like you've got a lot of time left still, obviously you can think of different poses. Again, like the model might think of something else and something like that, but like for yourself, this is good to have, because now, again, saves you time from having to be like, what pose should I do next? And you're like thinking, and you're just wasting time at that point. And now you're wasting time, and it's going to take way longer to do. And then you're going to start feeling more stressed out, and you're going to be like, oh shit, I have to get it done, oh my god, oh my god. But if you had a shot list, you wouldn't have to have that worry. So yeah, guys, create a shot list. And actually, another little tip that I would give you before I go, make sure you have as many reference photos as possible in one little picture or like one page, because you don't want to do like one picture for each slide, because then obviously when you're looking over them on the photo shoot, for example, you want to have like a lot of photos in one. You know what I mean? Here is 3 photos. It's not just one photo. It's 3 different photos that I can kind of pick from. So, and it's just easier to like go through them rather than having to go, okay, I have to go through each slide and having like 60 slides. You know what I mean? You can just like go through some of them. You know what I mean? Like it's just easier to go through. So yeah, having like 3, 4, maybe even 5 reference photos in one. I like to do 3. Having 3 is like the sweet spot for me. Like 3 photos in one as a reference photo, and you can kind of pick from here. You know what I mean? Like model holding the camera or interacting with it. You've got different shots here, and like the text is mainly for specification, like re-specifying what you want. And again, it's for you too, not just for the model, but it's also for you to be like, okay, that's what type of shot I want to get. So that just saying, even if the reference photo even if there's a photo on there that I want to get that isn't actually on this page, simply because I said have the model interacting with the camera, I can be like, I don't have to just do these 3 shots. I can think, okay, let's have them like holding it like above their head or something, or I don't know, like holding it through the viewfinder like that or something like that. You know what I mean? You can go beyond it, and it's just like a good reminder of what type of shots you want to get. But yeah, guys, make a goddamn shot list. And the second tip, stay calm. I think this is something I still need to improve on to this day. I feel like I still get stressed out on my photo shoots, being like, oh shit, like I need to rush. I don't get the model waiting. I don't want the model waiting, all that type of stuff. And then I realize when I'm editing in post, I realize, oh shit, I didn't do that composition, or the pose is a bit off, or the lighting's off, or something like that, or I didn't get that specific shot that I wanted, even if I wrote it down on a shot list, because I'm just rushing myself too much where I'm not even able to think straight. Even if you made a shot list, if you're feeling quite stressed out, anxious, and you're kind of rushing yourself, you won't even get any of the photos from that shot list because you won't remember, because you're so fixated on finishing as quickly as possible. And guys, you'll be surprised how patient models can be. They don't mind waiting a little bit longer for you to set up. Obviously, don't take the piss. Don't take like an hour and a half to set up your lights, right, guys? But if you are taking your time to set up and you're kind of being relaxed and you're letting yourself you're giving yourself that time to set up, they'll actually appreciate that more, because it shows that you actually care about getting the best photos possible. And I'll give you a little quick social tip. Make a little joke out of it. So if you're taking quite a long time to set up, say a little joke. So do something like, oh, you can't rush perfection, or God, I'm just trying to get the best photos possible out of you. Sorry if I'm taking a bit too long to set up the lights. I'm trying to get the best lighting on you, or something like that. Make a little joke, you know what I mean? Make them laugh a little bit, and it actually it reassures them that they're actually in safe hands, and you're taking a long time to set up because you want to perfect the lighting, for example. Like, you're not like taking long to set up because you don't know what you're doing. You're taking long to set up because you're trying to perfect something. You're trying to make it as good as possible, not because, oh, what do I do? So saying that joke kind of lets them know that, okay, they're just taking a bit long because I want to get the perfect lighting, not because they don't know what they're doing or something like that. You know what I mean? Another tip I would give you: arrive about 30 to 45 minutes before the model does. And if you have a studio where you can't get there any earlier than the time that you booked it for, simply, let's say you booked it for 2 p.m. Get to the studio for 2 p.m. and then tell the model to get there for about 2:30, 2:45, depending how long it takes you to set up. Because in that time frame that you're waiting for them to arrive, you can set up in that time. Because the model isn't really needed in those first 20 to 45 minutes anyway, so you might as well just tell them, like, just get there a bit later so I can set up, right? And it's actually better, because it's just much better to set up by yourself, because when they're there, you almost get that instant pressure that you need to rush and get it done as quickly as possible. But if you're by yourself, even if you have this same amount of time, you can kind of work at your own pace. You can relax a little bit, listen to some music, be with your own thoughts, talk to yourself, being like, okay, what lighting should I do here, something like that. And you can really just relax. It's much easier. It's much easier for you, and you kind of can think more clearly in that sense. But compared to if they were there while you're setting up, you have to do small talk with the model, you have to talk to them so it's not awkward. Again, you get that pressure of having to rush because they're there. It's just a complete mess. And guys, I think I said this, but they're not needed for that first 20 to 45 minutes anyway. They're not needed for it, so there's no point of them arriving at the time when you arrive, because they're not needed unless they have to put on like makeup and do something that takes much longer to do. They don't have to be there on the time that you get there. They can get there about 30, 45 minutes later, because once they arrive at like 2:30, for example, you've already set up and you're ready to shoot, and all they have to do is change an outfit and you can start shooting straight away. They don't have to wait, you know what I mean? And also, it's just good for them because you're not wasting their time. Like I've learned that over the years that you don't want to have the model waiting for too long. You don't want the model waiting there for an hour, just sitting on their phone waiting for you to set up, right? So having them arrive about 30, 45 minutes later, it's just much better for them because now they can spend a little bit of time at home or something like that. And it's just like, yeah, you're not wasting their time. And guys, a little plug here. Guys, if you want to start elevating your portrait photography work, top link to the description below is my free online community, also known as Photo Genius Academy. Get access to some amazing courses. I'll guide you into helping you find your style as a portrait photographer, network with models, understanding your camera settings, all this types of stuff. So if you're interested in that and actually starting to take your portrait photography seriously, just click the top link below. Especially if you found the tips in this video useful, this free program or free community will be perfect for you and you'll learn even more about your portrait photography. So again guys, click the top link below if you want to check it out and learn more, and I may have a little surprise for you if you join today. So yeah, click the top link below. So yeah guys, they were the main 2 tips I would give you to help you get the best photos possible out of those more rushed and quick shoots. Obviously this was more about like, it wasn't just about how to get the best photos out of quick shoots, but it's also how to get the best photos out of a general photo shoot in general. You know what I mean? Even if your photo shoot's like 3 hours, sometimes you may still feel rushed. Again, like I feel super, even if I have like 4 hours to shoot, I still feel super rushed in that setup phase. I'm like, okay, get it done. Oh, I have to get it set up as quick as possible for that. So these tips were not just for people that are going to do those 30-minute photo shoots, for example, but also for people that, even if they are going to do a longer shoot, if they just generally feel rushed by the client or they feel rushed by themselves, these tips will definitely help you. Anyway guys, that is it for the video. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know if you have any questions. Yeah, click on any of these videos here to learn more portrait photography. And I'll see you next time guys. Goodbye.